Alright. I don't know if you guys can see me or not. I'm just gonna... Sorry, I'm stacking my camera on shit, so... Life. Today is going to be interesting because we have a severe line of storms heading our way. The clouds are actually starting to roll in now. We're under a severe thunderstorm watch with possibilities of tornadoes. So, let's pray we don't get blown away. Guys, stop. Sorry, my cats are behind the camera. Anyways. I don't know what to say at the moment. It's week 15. And I wish I could say life is just getting better and better, but life has been a piece of shit in the past few weeks. With Rob's passing and the mess with my ex, and now I'm thinking of finding a different job. I don't know what to do with this situation. I am utterly at a loss. And I really don't want to talk about it anymore, but it's kind of taking up the entirety of my brain right now, trying to sort things out within myself and the mess that I have found myself in. And I don't know what to do. Okay. Maybe I was in the wrong calling her a lunatic on my last vlog. But I changed my phone number because I didn't want her contacting me anymore. This whole time, all I've tried to do is avoid a situation. Give myself some time to set myself out, straighten myself out, and avoid the situation. But I feel that she has continuously come at me looking for some kind of trouble. I don't know. Like, the only words of... She at one point said she wanted to be friends, and I said, okay, just let me take this slow. And we kind of started talking again. And then that mess on Facebook where she was messaging me, making up lies about work. I don't know if she was trying to just get me angry, crawl under my skin, make me paranoid, because quite frankly, it all worked. And I don't know what to do. So I blocked her on Facebook. And I took it to my boss because quite frankly I was kind of fearful of, maybe a part of me was fearful that it was true, and the rest of me didn't want her sabotaging my job because I didn't know if she was going to start talking at work about something. I don't know. So I said something to my boss. My boss said she would talk to my ex, and she did. And that's when my ex started texting me, and I told her that if she didn't leave me alone, I would issue a no contact order, that I was not going to be messed with. And I said something about her being delusional was normal, and I was being sarcastic. I was a little angry and defensive, and I don't know. All I wanted was to be left alone, and she will not leave me alone. And there's a whole new mess brewing with that, so I will get into more about that next week as it unfolds. Yeah, so that's my life. My life is grand. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Sorry about that. My mom started talking about The Hobbit. We watched The Desolation of Smaug last week, and it was the first time we both saw it. She bought it like over a month ago, and we said that we were going to watch it together for the first time, and it just didn't happen because things were... I was either working in the evenings, or Rob passed away and stuff, and we never got around to it until last week. Anyways, that's my life in a nutshell. And I don't know what else to say about it. I really don't. I'm at a loss. I just want to move on. I just want my life to return to some sense of normalcy. And if getting another job is the only way I can do it, then that's what I'm going to have to do. Because I don't want to be the cause of a whole nother mess. When all I wanted to do was be left alone and work my job. I didn't want to get my job involved, but when she said the thing she did about our job, I had to go to my boss. I didn't know what else to do. I wasn't going to go to work paranoid all the fucking time. Anyway. Zena, leave the camera alone. Anyway, sorry. Changes, well, it's the same. Things are happening. Zena, stop it. Zena, come here. You always have to be in my vlog in some sense. Sorry, guys. Some sense. Come here. Come here. There you go. You better be in front of the camera than behind it. Yeah. Anyways. What was I saying? Changes. Stuff continues to grow as far as hair is concerned. My arm hairs, I know I've been talking about this off and on for a little while, but they continue, obviously. They're continuing to get darker, longer, and a little more noticeable. The voice seems to drop by the week. I looked at my 10-week video, and I looked at last week's video for a voice change comparison, because I want to do what most other trans guys do, where they're like, oh, it's week 1 on testosterone, week 2 on testosterone, week 3 on testosterone. They don't want to do that. Because I get annoyed just listening to it, and get annoyed having to do it. Anyways, so I did a comparison, and 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, my voice was a little different from what it is now. Which kind of put a random, weird, paranoid fear to rest where, like, oh my god, my voice is going back to the way it was. I don't know why I thought that, I just did. I don't want it to go back to the way it was. Oh, one of my viewers said he noticed a change in my face, which I kind of sort of noticed, but at the same time I thought that was just wishful thinking. So if he says that he sees it, I'm going to believe him, and I'm going to be like, 4 months is quickly approaching. 4 months on testosterone. It's amazing how fast these past 3.5 months have passed, have gone. It really is. It's amazing how fast time has moved for me suddenly. And here it is, almost June, and we're already having tornado weather. In Colorado, I used to live in Denver for a little while, and Denver recently, like a week or two ago, had 6 tornadoes. There's nothing like threatening. As far as I've heard, there were no casualties or any major injuries, just a bunch of collateral damage, basically. But still, 6 tornadoes in Denver is kind of crazy. And there are threats of tornadoes today, as I've mentioned. And Montana, especially Montana, we do not get many tornadoes here. And if we do, they're usually out in the valleys where no one's really that affected. And if anybody's really affected, it's farms or ranchers, and usually they don't have to suffer much, so in the ways of tornadoes. But we had one tornado back in 1958, I think it was in the 50s. I'm pretty sure it was like mid to late 50s. Sorry, my cat just totally head-butted my foot. Anyways, and then we had a tornado, Father's Day 2010, which put the entire town on a state of freaked out. We didn't suffer any major injuries. There was some injuries from the hail, but it was nothing extreme. Nobody died, thank God, because, quite frankly, Montana, we're built for harsh winters, we're not built for tornadoes. And a lot of people here have lived in the state of Montana for most of their lives, so they don't know how to handle tornadoes. You know, a lot of people here have never seen a tornado. So when we had the tornado back in 2010, it freaked a lot of people out. It did a bunch of damage along a portion of Main Street. It knocked out some windows in one of our McDonald's here in the Heights where I live. It twisted up the Golden Arch a bit. It wrecked a few other street signs. It wrecked a laundromat, and it wrecked... There was I think it's a motorcycle shop. Now, I could be wrong. It's across the street from McDonald's. But, like, so here's McDonald's, and across the way there's this little shop. And it's not a very big shop. And I think it's a motorcycle shop. I don't know for sure. But it was just absolutely... There was nothing left of it except for a concrete slab on the ground. There was nothing of it left. So they had to rebuild the entire building. It did minor damage to a little strip building that has like a Subway, a cigarette store, a liquor shop, and there might be something else in that building, I don't remember, but it did a little bit of damage to that building. It took off a nick of a hotel that's right there too, and it tore apart the Metro Park arena. It's our main entertainment venue. That's where a lot of things happen, like our graduations for high schools, hockey sports, concerts, the fair, so there's a lot that happens at the Metro, especially during the summer. But it tore the roof apart on the Metro, and I think it did some damage on the inside of the building too, because I heard from someone recently that they took shelter in the Metro during the tornado until a truck came crashing through the roof, and they're like, yeah, let's get the F out of here. So anyways, so that's the most that tornado did, but if there's a tornado that comes today, I'm a little terrified. I hate tornadoes. That's one reason why I kind of like living in this vicinity of the United States, because there's like little chance of tornadoes. But the last few summers have been kind of crazy. Anyways, I don't know what else to say, guys. I've just been rambling, and I'm sorry I'm involving the internet in my issues. I don't know where else to turn at the moment. I'm sorry. A lot of my friends are like, dude, it's your fault for dating a coworker. And I'm like, I know. I should have known that even if she isn't a lunatic, I should have known it would have caused problems at work anyways. If not for the sheer awkwardness alone. And I don't know what to do. I don't know if I'm overthinking, if I'm overreacting, if I'm overly paranoid. It could be a bit of all. It couldn't. I don't know. I don't know, and I don't want to know, and I don't want to patch things up. I just want to be left alone to my own little world of la-la. Anyways, I'm sorry if this video is really dark. It's getting dark in here, and I should have turned on the light. Sorry. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week if we don't get blown over by tornado.